Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nerds to Human, and welcome to this brand new campaign on Barbarian Invasion, where of course today we are playing as the Berbers, who are frankly a little bit forgotten on this game. You'd be forgiven for actually forgetting they even exist, because yep, these guys really do nothing. We're going to change all that. We're going to go have a fun campaign as the Berbers, go and smash up the world and remind everyone that actually we exist. So yes, this should be an interesting little one, and certainly one that I've had quite a few people request I play. I've not really noticed a campaign around on YouTube, so yeah, let's get at it. Let's go and smash up Rome. I want to say smash up Rome, yeah, the grand campaign isn't really so grand. It's 10 settlements, including Africa and Egypt, so Carthage and, well, Egypt, as you might have guessed. So yeah, this won't be a long campaign, but certainly I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. As it says here, a limited selection of tough desert warriors. They're very limited indeed. There's about 3 infantry units, maybe about 4 or 5 cav. The cav are half decent to be fair, but everything's very light, as you might well imagine from the desert. And actually a little shout out to Riot Down Gaming, who actually, this is the description that he put into the game. He's the one who helped me out when we did our Eastern and Western Empire Rebels campaign, and made sure that when we killed off the main faction, we didn't just lose the game there. He's the one who sort of showed me around how to flip around the game files. So shout out to him. It's actually his description down here, but otherwise it is entirely the vanilla game, so nothing really being fiddled around with, just the standard old Berber campaign. So we're going to head in, we're going to see if we can smash up Carthage straight away, because honestly that's probably the only way we can do this. Let's head in and let's start this grand campaign. In case you're not familiar with their particular start, we have ourselves Tingy over here, and we have ourselves Dimity over here in the desert. These are still the same 2 settlements from Rome Total War, but we don't have all the others in between. It's just Carthage over here, and there's nothing in the desert. So no rebel settlements for us to nab. Our main job is to go and stab Rome in the throat. And that's what we plan to do. We're going to go and grab Carthage straight away. Although we've got an old friend waiting there when we arrive, so that'll be an interesting one when we get it. For the time being, main thing is just to be sending people off in this direction in the short term. Now, yeah, I'm just going to go straight and kill Carthage. I could actually go and send a boat, but I'm not sure I actually want to do that, because it's probably just a waste of money. And to be honest, I think the game pretty much will just assume that I'm going to go kill them anyway, and they'll probably cheat. So trying to actually avoid these towers by going around with boats isn't going to work as far as I'm concerned. Now, we do have a few advantages at the start of this game, because Tingy over here is actually quite a good settlement. He's got a fair bit of infrastructure, which is actually quite unusual for Barbarian Invasion, where a lot of the towns are a bit battered. It's already a large city, and we've got some, if not everything, over here. Yeah, Christian church. We're very much Christian. We have no choice in that. And in some ways, that's good, because, yeah, we can just move on along these towns. And they should already be Christian. Certainly, this should be Christian. Yes, indeed, it is. That makes life just a little bit easier, doesn't it? Certainly when we play the Slavs, we had all sorts of problems with... yeah, I think the general actually wasn't religious at all. So everyone hated us as a result of that. That was a rather annoying little twist of fate for us. Yeah, no such problems here, but Dimity is a bit basic, as you may have guessed. Basic troops, we've got the Berber Axemen over here, who are, yeah, 6, 3, 12. Combat bonus against armour and combat bonus in deserts. We've got to play that to our advantage, but frankly, they aren't particularly brilliant. No heavy stuff with our lads at all. If I take you over to Tingy, we actually got most of our troops available here. So desert archers, who long range, are they? No, they're not long range. So yeah, good at hiding, bonus in the desert, fast moving, but otherwise not particularly spectacular. We have ourselves the Axemen we've already looked at, basic peasants of course, and the hillmen, who, I'll be honest, they get a bad rap on as Armenian path here on the main game, but they're not bad with 11 missile and 7 and 10. You know, fast moving, good stamina. These can certainly be useful, but that's pretty much what we've got. There are mountain men who are slightly better, but not exactly spectacular either. What? This should never appear. Interesting. Not sure what's happening there. Attack 7, yeah, 14 on defense. These guys are not particularly grand. So what we're going to have to rely on is our cavalry, of which at least we do get some camels. Everyone loves a good camel. Morris raiders are pretty basic, but 6 in defence isn't terrible. Little lances can at least do the big chargy, pointy thing. And there's horse archers, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm a happy man as long as there are some horse archers. So my plan, horse. And we're not going to do any retraining. Honestly, the only thing we're going to do is grab everyone and immediately move in this direction over here. I will just lay down and watch tower. It's probably money I shouldn't be spending. I'm just going to send all of them out, and I'm going to do almost exactly the same thing here, but I'll leave the peasants. So I'm just going to send all of my troops out of Bay of Towns immediately. I reckon just the farming isn't a terrible plan. I'll probably do the same thing over here because I could do with the basics coming in. Now, the horse archers, of course, can actually catch up the main lot, so they're just going to continue to gallop on this direction. They'll catch us up in good time. People in flight, the Huns, I doubt they'll bother us. The Vandals, again, I doubt they'll bother us, albeit in history they certainly did. Powerful faith is paganism. We'll change that one over time. So we'll see how that all goes. Right, Tingy. You are at the moment 13,500 or so, going up slightly. The land claims will help. That will certainly give us a bit of money. We are going to be losing money each turn though. So what I want to do is make sure I invest it as I can. We'll go and get a lot of money when we go and take Carthage, so I won't worry about that. I don't care about a little bit of debt. In the short term, we just need to just literally charge everything we have over there. I'm pretty sure this assassin's quite good, by the way. Yeah, expert assassin right from the start. I don't know quite why the game's given us this, but an intriguing one all the same. So, another thing to quickly point out, just on the family tree, we are Aswad, who's 58 and no retinue. He's not particularly good anyway, shape or form. He can die before too long. Hamza Factionaire is okay, he's 24, so he's got time, but nothing spectacular there. We have a daughter, so one day somewhere along this line we'll get someone. But Malakim over here is actually 15, so in about 2 turns time we'll go and get him in our capital. So that'll be grand. Oh, it's nice to be back on Barbarian Invasion. I never planned this channel to have quite so much of this game, but I think playing around on this channel, I've realised how brilliant this game was at just trying new things. There's some interesting little campaigns and ideas you can play around with here. So yeah, probably time to end a term, see what comes our way. We are actually at war with these guys from the start. I should point that out actually. I kind of forgot that when I was just testing this earlier today, just make sure, yeah, I hadn't left the game bugged or anything. Seems to be running okay, that's just good, but yeah, we are at war, which is potentially problematic because there are boats over here and they have quite a load of troops leaving Carthage. But oh well, let's end a turn, see what happens. A few turns in, then a Malcolm has come of age, a benevolent ruler and a Christian. Nothing particularly interesting here, but no bad traits, so I'll be happy enough with that. Probably to keep spending my money on the odd bits here or there. Just going to get myself some farms and probably just some more farms yet again. That's most of my money gone now, so might be time to go and hire up what mercenaries there are. My advantage is going to have to be something along the lines of, yes, just having enough troops, particularly the cavalry. I'm going to need lots and lots of cav to be able to do this. I'm getting all these horse archers along over here. Eastern Empire and the Sarmatians are now at peace, which is fine, I guess. That normally happens about turn 2 or 3. Coming of age, you've already seen that, of course. And end of turn report, we are hemorrhaging money pretty darn quickly. But luckily, on this sort of time of total war, there were really no repercussions of going out of money. Bankruptcy doesn't really matter. It's just you get more and more bankrupt. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now, our spies made it over to Carthage, and inside Carthage, there's someone you might recognise over here. It's only Appius Flavius of the Western Empire Rebels campaign himself. That's the guy. I took him out of Carthage and plonked him over there when I began that particular campaign. I remember sort of searching around for someone who fit the bill as a Christian chap who perhaps needs to come join our side. So that is the man himself, and at the moment he stands in our way. So I'm going to get my spy in there. Luckily, he didn't die. So that's a good start, isn't it? Trait increase. He's given himself the trait of spy because he's done some spy stuff. And of course, yeah, you get the conversion rate even from someone like my spy over here, which does make a big difference actually. It's a big difference, all things considered. I forgot about this guy though. There's the diplomat got Christian. He does indeed. So yeah, plus 5%. That is a big thing. Using your agents can really make a huge difference. So these chaps are plodding their way along. We have Hamza over here. Can he afford those camels? I highly doubt it. Oh, he can just. Yeah, camels. So that's all our money gone. And that's all we're going to have for a little while until we go and take Carthage. Now, at the moment, there's not very much there. That's probably not going to last. I suspect they'll send something over because A, they've got the watchtowers to see we're coming, and B, the game just kind of knows and it cheats and everything else that we've seen, you know, such as, you know, playing as Carthage and the British turn up here on turn 4, or, you know, the Julians turn up over here on turn 6 as the Greek cities or whatever. Yeah, they're lovely like that, aren't they? They cheat a lot, so we'll end our turn, we'll just see what's going to happen. Got some of the lovely music here for the Eastern factions. I just love it. Of course, we're actually quite Western, but yeah, we're an Eastern faction, so we get all of the glorious music that comes with Total War. This is ideal, actually. They've sent out some troops to the middle of nowhere. Gives a chance to get a bit of practice in. I guess he's so good that that doesn't actually matter, does it? No, it doesn't. I really don't want to have to go and kill Appius, but yeah, it might have to be the way this goes. 22,000. We're going to have so much money for smacking that place. That's going to be absolutely brilliant. In many ways, we're actually in quite a good starting position because being surrounded by the Western Empire just means, yeah, you get just go and slice at their underbelly, really, because there's lots of rich cities ready to sack and they're not very well defended. Most of their troops are up on the border over here and the Rhine and all of that. So things looking very good indeed. I should point out, actually, that Berber is actually the Roman name for these peoples. Berber is basically like barbarian comes from the Greek, because they apparently sound like they were going barbar. So yeah, that's where it comes from. It's the Roman name, and in many ways not necessarily a positive one. So worth bearing that in mind. They probably, well, I hear that the more official name is something along the lines of Imiz again, but I have no idea how I'm actually supposed to pronounce that, so I apologise. If anyone is, or considers themselves ethnically Bourbon an ethnic Berber, and I've instantly used that particular term, but if you consider yourself an ethnic Berber and you have any idea how to pronounce that, do let me know, be intrigued. But yeah, certainly it's not a term that is used particularly often. It's one of those sort of general terms that's just used. We just accept what it refers to. But there we go. Let's go and send this guy ever onwards. We've now merged up our two armies. And I don't... Where's he gone? I really shouldn't have left that army alone. This guy... Wander over to the... No? Where is he? I assumed he went into the trees, but maybe they'll pounce us next time. Right, assassin. 12% chance, not particularly likely. And he got slain. Which is a shame because he was really good. But in some ways, that's kind of fine because it is Appius Flavius. So there we are. Look at all of that. He's got some brilliant stuff. I'm not sure I actually left a load of this on. Glutton, Gambler, Swivel-eyed. I reckon all of this, though, I don't remember him having all of these traits. I might have left him fairly plain, or the fact that he's been sitting here in Carthage has meant that that's all gone that way already. Oh, darn the traits tree. Eh? It all goes a bit wonky after a while. Apparently it's only taken 4 turns for him to become a drunken, gambling wreck. There we go. Okay, war has been declared between someone, the Vandals and Sarmatians. Pretty standard. This chap is not really picking up any traits, but he might get something for building all the farms. At least we've got a little bit of some of the basics in play over here. Spy has been kicked out. There is an army. They've dumped one off there. So, yeah, problems for us. Right, I'm just going to make sure we got those guys together. Second Horse Archers have joined up. Third Horse Archers will make their way as reinforcements at some point. And next time we'll be able to do that. Oh, for Pete's mahogany table, that was 93% chance. Well, we're not having any luck with the agents right now, are we? There were 2 good agents there, and they are gone. So my diplomat can just wander over here. At least he can see can see something. Okay, just going to continue to press enter. Really, it's going to be a big showdown with the Romans in a moment. And here we go. They're going to give us a poke. Definitely win the desert though, which is a bit of a shame. So, Captain Telemachus. Ah, we're back in the Odyssey, are we? I'll show you what the Odyssey is all about. We've got ourselves 2 generals, 2 horse archers, and you have got yourself, well, some decent troops, but yeah, you really should have kept that in the town of Appius Flavius. I really wouldn't have fancied sieging you guys, but yeah, out in the field, I reckon this works very well for us indeed. Let's hit in.
And as the battle is joined, remember, my noble soldiers, they have fear in their hearts. Fear of you!
Yes! Fear of all of you. A fairly plain battlefield with slightly downhill, but nothing too significant. I should come over here though, just to give myself the slight height. We've got ourselves very little infantry actually, so I guess we'll just put them all together. No fancy tricks. The infantry are basically going to exist to hold a line. In many ways, actually, this army, whilst yeah, a bit pathetic in terms of the lack of long-range archers and the lack of any heavy infantry, at the very least has some good cav, and I like good cav, so I'm happy enough in some ways. It does what I want. So we have ourselves some Berber lancers, which we start with, which is grand, and I reckon we use the horse archers, bring the lancers along. Moorish raiders can run over there as well, do a little bit of poking. We'll leave the camels back over here. We have ourselves a lovely temple over there because they're all a load of pagan heathens. Pagan heathens indeed, but apparently they are actually Christians, so you know what, their symbol here actually literally has a Christian symbol on it. Nonetheless, we will go along with that. Archers out there at the front. Let's go and get the horse archers in. I should probably go the other side of them simply because they're shooting the non-shield side, but it's fine. We'll do it this way. Berber lancers. Honestly, I'd be quite happy just to send you guys straight forward into these chaps. See if they get to... Actually, this is a bad plan because those guys just throw the javelins, and I don't want to waste them by doing that. The archers are actually getting very confused by these chaps, which is hilarious. Okay. Archer, just leave the archers for a minute. That'd be absolutely fine. The Moorish raiders can go deal with those chaps, and yeah, that is ideal. The rest of them just going to come towards us. Perfect. Right, get yourself onto that hill. Just turn yourself around. In comes the charge. Moorish raiders can just hack them down. These guys are pretty poor mercenaries, but I'm happy enough with them right now. They'll do the job with these chaps. Foederati can get shot down because I don't really want to deal with their anti-cav. So we'll shoot down their anti-cav with our cav, which works pretty well, all things considered. Yeah, these guys do not last very long. Look at that, they're already flashing from the archers, which isn't particularly impressive, is it? No, it's not. So the lancers can just wander around at this point. These archers are going to get taken out by these 2 chaps. These guys are going to continue to shoot into the back of those Foederati. You can't be happy at all. Comitatenses, Nimitane. I don't like where this is going. Generals, get yourself out of that flank. Lancers. Oh, perfect. One of you go and hit those guys. They've done their job. Get into the back. I really don't want my infantry to have to take almost any particular hit in this battle. So I'm going to get my generals into there. I'm going to get these lancers into the back there. I'm going to get these camels over hither. That should be some good damage done. General's got those guys dealt with. These guys are going to get pinned in. Javelins from the hillmen should be coming very soon. And my raiders have given up, even though... Oh, they're the lancers. Wow, lancers! You were supposed to... Oh, they were hitting the Foederati. Really shouldn't have wasted you guys there, but I thought you'd hit them at a better angle than apparently you actually did. So, yes, there we go. General, you might as well hit those guys in the back. The battle is pretty much over, apart from the fact that one thing I wasn't supposed to do, which is charge those spearmen, is exactly what I did. Right, infantry, go and get yourselves into all this, finish them off. That'll be glorious news indeed. Right, good battle to start off with. I've wasted a few of my lancers, but to be honest, we'll just get them redone in yeah, we'll get them redone in a minute when we go and take Carthage. All will be absolutely grand. Infantry head into the Foederati. They've broken anyway. That is game over. really. They've nothing left at all, do they? No, they don't. Victory for lovely, lovely Berber chaps over here. These Equite Veterinarii look all right, don't they? Very nice indeed. We've got ourselves lots of Berber chaps, some interesting little avocado masks. It's lovely. I like the shields. I like the little tinge of teal in there. Very nice. And look at those camels. It's a glorious, glorious colour on there. Right, who do we have to mop up? Just the odd lads here or there. Archers, quite frankly, please don't do any more shooting. It's not going to end very well. Ah, the general's dead. Good news. Good news indeed. Right, mop up the last couple of lads, and that's a pretty good, solid victory for us. And if your men got away, it should just wipe them all out with any luck. So, with that, I'd say Carthage is looking very vulnerable indeed. They only have, well, it might just be the general. I'm not sure, actually. We will see about all of that. So, oh, the game is not giving me much of a chance here, has it? Instantly lost my faction leader. That wasn't even my fault. But there we go. So, we have no spy. He's got some cav to look after his town. I'm quite happy to just send my cavalry forward. These guys will catch us up. But for the time being, it's a bit annoying. We're just a tiny bit short. So, we have a new faction leader who is good old Hamza over here. He is not particularly interested. He's got an odd little burr of a face, which I'll be honest would have worked better if I used a webcam. But alas, you'll just have to imagine the weird face I pulled. To be honest, it looks quite like his face. That's essentially the idea. It's a bit odd looking, but it's fine. He'll soon have Carthage, and then he can come with the drunken gambler that Appius apparently has turned into on this game. Turns out we got a little bit bored waiting at this siege, so we decided to write out the New Testament. We are good old Christians in that sense, and indeed, just as all good Christians, we're going to go on a bit of a bloody crusade. Just to maximise our chances, I've sent in all 3 siege engines at once. We all know how much the flamey things love to burn down everything on very hard. So, yeah, might as well occupy them by shooting down this ram, so this guy at least hopefully makes it. With any luck, we will anyway. In terms of the city itself, well, it's Carthage, so pretty well developed, but it's just a silly little church over there. Not particularly impressive, is it? We should be able to, though, take this place pretty easily. I probably would normally, to be honest, just auto-resolve this. But seeing as it's Appius Flavius, I think it's only fair that we go and do this properly. So there we go. We've got a siege out the walls. That one's burnt down as well. We only need 1 to get there, and they've only let us get 1 over here. So, and just to be brilliant, it's size 4 town. So it's time to break. 1 tower's got here, and the game's broken. Perfect. A little bit awkward, seeing as only 2 men have actually made it up here. So I'm not quite sure how they made it up here, because we haven't actually put the thing... How did you 2 get up here? Impressive work, my good chaps. Well, go and take the next tower. Anyway, that is absolutely fine. Yeah, we only got 1 of our 3 engines to actually make it to the walls, and this one's having the old glitch, which is perfect, because that's the big unit of infantry that I kind of need. So I think it's going to be a little bit of time of clicking until anything useful happens here. Annoyingly, my units were stupid and walked around this tower, even though it's basically the exact same amount of time to go the other way, you know, the way we're actually cleared out the towers. But whatever, chaps, if you want to get yourselves killed, I guess you can go and get yourselves killed. Anyway, just going to get everyone lined up over here. A few of the main chaps ready for a charge, even though we've lost a few of you anyway. So, yeah, we'll just draw them in a moment or 2. So, get our horse archers up front. Be absolutely magnificent. You guys are ready to throw in your thingy-mashizzles. Perfect stuff. We'll just go and shoot in. Take out the general first would be ideal. What are you doing, Nats? Where are they going? Anyway, hopefully they'll do their job here. In some ways that works out well, because at least there's less of them than there might otherwise be. Now get yourselves out of there. Do you want to send Hound to cavalry? Thank you, guys. Oh, it's good old Appius. Oh, I miss you, Appius Flavius. You did fantastic work. You're really, truly one of the best generals we've had on this game. But you're going to die here, ladies and gents. He's going to die here. And with that, here comes the charge. Here comes the charge. Yep, got themselves trapped over here. Lots and lots of arrows coming in. He perfectly, in a perfect world, he would have got a little bit further. Let's go and get my camels into that position. Go and get these chaps over there. Come on, camels, get behind him. Get behind him. That should help turn it all around. Beautifully coloured camels. Just need to get in behind. Yeah, one guy understands to do it. Thank you, Tim. Thank you indeed. Get this side of him. Thank you very much. The desert cav seem very good. There goes Appius. There goes Appius. Goodbye, sir. You were the inferior version of yourself, the version that I had no control over, and thus is vastly inferior to anyone that I would possibly create. So, let's go and get everyone back over in this direction. Ready for charge number 2, and all will be absolutely fine. Get our infantry back into this sort of position over here. Ah, they're already at it again. Well done, guys. Get the camels on top of them. Their archers will be shooting at them anyway. The camels should be able to scare them off pretty quickly. I'd be pretty afraid of these guys. Basically, the committee's version of a horse is, yeah, still a pretty apt description for these chaps. There we go. Pull out of there, lads. Pull out of there. Bring them back over to our flanks. I do quite like using the odd camel unit here or there, because I do think the, just especially on Rome Total War, the route tactic is pretty much the way you win battles. So anything which gives you a bit of a bonus here or there is very much what I would go for. Yeah, somehow these last two chaps are just about surviving, but it's time to send in the next unit of cav, just to go and shoot down these guys, put in the foederati, and just do what we need to do. So, at some point, when they stop getting so confused, they'll pull in those chaps if they ever want to. There we go! Oh, these guys... Yeah, these guys are on skirmish, which is why weird things are happening. What is going on here? This is bizarre. I know Barbarian Invasion has some very odd pathfinding, but this is particularly impressive even for this game. Come on, keep pulling them in. They can stand there and die if they want to. Let's go and have a little watch of them die. They can't quite decide they want to do it. It's back and forth, here and hither, and eventually they might come in for their final death and defeat. Indeed they will. All units, charge! And that's victory. No, 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 no. We chop them down to the last. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to chop them down to the very last. Just remember, Appius Flavius fell here today, and we should really honour him. I honour him by killing all of his men. Clear victory for us there. Probably cleaner if I just auto-resolved it. Also be cleaner if they actually walked around the way that I'd, you know, cleared the path in the towers. But, you know, it's absolutely fine. Divide and conquer. Yep. Chop them in half. Divide them up into 4 pieces. And then you conquer. Now, I could enslave. Would be a terrible idea. No, exterminate. Exterminate! Beautiful, beautiful extermination. So, Hamza starts off his new rule by showing his dad what he should have done about 40 years before. So he's a famous warrior and a Roman turncoat. That will be helpful indeed. And these are the mountain men. Not particularly interesting, but they are fine. We will get some because, to be honest, we could probably do with something in the army. So those guys are here. We've got ourselves some money again. Christian Cathedral, not really worth it. Land clearance, 2 turns. Honestly, it's supposed to be a bit of a breadbasket, so maybe that would help chaps. Maybe that would be sensible. Otherwise, I don't really know what we want. A cesspit would be nice. It's not the sewers on this. Interesting, just slightly revamped. And honestly, some horse archers probably do the job. I'm not sure what this is. If it's just 3 archers, probably my general can take him out, but there we are. Nice bit of retinue. Good early start. That is pretty much how this campaign should and has to go. Don't do anything other than charge straight for Carthage and take it down. Well worth giving these guys a poke. Now we've got some horse archers, and to be honest, it turns out we almost certainly could have won this with just the general. So let's head in, let's go and smash up some good old brigands. General's just going to charge in. They seem to have run into a weird pile over here, which is a bit unfortunate because I was hoping just to slam a unit and then pull out and just let my archers get a bit of training. But apparently we're not going to manage all of that. So just shoot the peasants, please. The general will take care of those archers. Hopefully they won't get a second volley off on you, because the first one did give a couple kills. General seems to be making a meal of this whole, you know, charge at the enemy thing. It's all very simple. You get in your horse and you charge at the enemy, and then you use the pointy end. So then, yeah, you see, you start to get it now. They start to die. So these chaps are continuing to do their job. They are broken. Lovely. Speed this up. Plough into those guys. They are gone as well. Good news. Lots and lots and lots of death. Now, these chaps can hopefully just pick up enough kills to gain something from this. If not, I guess it'll just have to be down to my general. You guys at this point, to be honest, just get your sword out. We'll get the general to finish off all of this. And there we go. Now he's using the pointy end. And with that, they seem to be going to the floor. Dead, dead, dead. That's what it's called. They are going to be dead. Good. A few more peasants sorted out then. I did notice actually my Rebels campaigns, I say campaigns because I deleted the first game by accident. Yeah, on my Rebel campaign on Barbarian Invasion, I got tons and tons and tons of Rebels in this part of the world, and they were always useless. They achieved nothing at all. There we go, at least we managed to take out the interestingly named Podozak. I like it. Victory indeed is ours. We lost a couple men, we gained a tiny bit of experience, so can't argue too much. 3 men taken out. Not too bad, all things considered. So what do I need to do? I reckon I could do with a spy just to see what's going on over here. At the moment I haven't heard anything about the rebels, the Western rebels yet. So Sarmatians have now taken over Thrace? Isn't this bit Thracia? Have they? Maybe they have taken Constantinople. Wait a second, I'm just gonna toggle the map here. This is Thracia, right? Toggle _ foul. Oh my days, it is! The Sarmatians have Constantinople. That's unusual. We've played a lot of campaigns, ladies and gentlemen, and I have not seen them do that yet. So, very well done, lads. I'm impressed. Well, this has certainly turned into a fun day. Well, we'll go and leave that for now. Grand news indeed. Now, I didn't really notice anything else going on in this part of the world, obviously, so hopefully not influenced anything in terms of my campaign, but that's certainly an odd one. A weakened Eastern Empire is good, because I need to go and snab Egypt at some point, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's incredibly isolated. Let's get ourselves some cesspits, because this thing must be full of squalor by this point. Big population growth, big population, yeah. 45%, that's not going to go well. Dimity, you're getting yourself cesspits too. That is just what we need to see. And over here in Carthage, just get some more men. After that, I'm just going to get a boat. Go and just take these lands straight away. Get myself some of the ports. Build myself New Carthage, which is different to this New Carthage. We'll take that and we'll call it New Carthage or something like that. Have I got the editing on here? I have got the editing on here. Yeah. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call this. I don't know if this represents one day 10 years. I'm not sure if it actually does, to be honest. I think that's the old equivalent of it. I have to look into that to be sure. Something tells me it is. As for Carthage, yeah, we can get some good troops out of here, so this is an incredibly good base to start with. He's picked up Night Fighter, which is intriguing. Not sure where he's got that from. Do we have ourselves a scriptorium here? No. To look into the triggers for that. Maybe there's just a random chance of getting it. Who knows? Bit of money starting to come in here. We've gained ourselves just over £1,000 this turn, even if it says minus, but it was definitely plus. Honestly, it honestly was. We'll just continue with that. We've got ourselves a cesspool rather than a cesspit. Honestly, looks more like some Roman baths, but I'll take it. Perhaps they ran out of textures and all that, and maybe I was just fiddling around too much. I honestly, at this point, don't really know what I've done to the game files. It's probably all fine. Yeah, some more communal farming in the meantime. Actually, I don't get much in terms of blacksmith, but I might as well get a blacksmith, because I will at the very least be getting most of my troops out of that old town there. Now, some rebels, we'll just ignore them in the short term. Longer term, we've got to figure out what we're doing. Right, we've got you over here. You get over to there and get ourselves a boat. That'll hopefully give us a bit of scouting that we need, because I wouldn't mind taking on Spain as well. This is going to be a brutal campaign as far as the West are concerned, because I'm just going to take them out of this. They are sending a single ship. It's annoying because I'd rather like them to not blockade me. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. They're gone. So to be honest, I'm quite happy just to load the boat at this point. I'm not sure how much is on that island. I might as well just take... Let's take the new lads. Let's take these new chaps. Take some archers with us. Horse archers are always nice, particularly for baiting. Honestly, we'll just might as well take most of the stuff. Yeah, let's take the mercenaries too. Right, that's already really unhappy with all of that nonsense. We'll get ourselves some more mountain men in the short term. Okay, you put yourself over here. Calais is very, very weakly defended. Never really know, but when you haven't done your scouting properly, you're best just to send more than you need. Who are you, by the way? Decimus Flavius. Comment if you're a good one. Yes, you look like a good one. And if we can kill a couple of the only good chaps in the entire of the Empire, then we're in a very good place indeed. We're making a small bit of money. We can afford to actually build things in every town, which is sometimes a novelty. Certainly, certainly at the start of the game, you often have to be a little bit more selective. But quite happy to see that'll work out for us. If we've got money, I am a very, very happy boy. So Cordoba, very low chance of cracking into that. Go have a little look at Salamanca. I know Carthage Nova is, generally speaking, the well-defended one, but whether or not they've sent those troops elsewhere, I don't know. Could probably do with a second spy, because knowledge is key. Save myself a lot of money if I just make sure I have the right amount of troops. Turns out, see what comes along over here in Calais. Nothing doing. Have ourselves some rebel ships. That's fine by me, to be honest. I'm just going to get myself in dock and get this chap up to the north. There are some rebels, which isn't unusual. Salamanca's got almost nothing in it. That is pretty much the norm as well. And we'll send you over here, and you can just head in that direction in good time. Good. I'll just leave them at the docks because the rebels tend to be better than me. Sassanids and the Goths are now friends. Doesn't bode well for the Eastern Empire at all. And Mundir has come of age. You are a testy, ill, poor ambusher of a Christian. Honestly, you look quite Robb Starkish, but yes, apparently he's not very good at all. Oh well, perhaps your job then is to go and lay down some watchtowers. Yeah, you can go and do that. Lay down a couple of watchtowers, please, sir. One about here would be very, very nice indeed. And you can then go down and look after Dimity, because we're not going to be attacked over there. Could do with a governor, if nothing else. Perhaps actually go and mop up this guy. I don't know. Anyway, he's not very good, but we can use him to go administrate something. As for our town over here, time to head into Calais. Decimus Flavius over here. He is superior trader, expert on natural philosophy, bureaucrat, proven loyalty, is very lively. Good on his Roman, Christian, and he's the magistrate. Very nice indeed. Tons and tons of great things. None of it for war. So shame we're going to have to cut you down. And yeah, bit of a loss to the Empire you are. Let's go. They do have some archers at the front. I'm just going to send all of my missiles forward and just shoot them down. I actually have my archers back here because I'm absolutely numpty. But nonetheless, I will get myself in there. I'm just going to use my hillman just to throw a javelin or two at them, just to keep them busy and as damaged as possible. So in come the javelins, fire, and yes, you might notice, by the way, we are fighting a night battle over here, which is a lovely thing. It's just like the trailer. I haven't done a night battle siege in a long time, but I don't think I've done one on the channel anyway. So yeah, these archers are just going to get themselves shot down. Honestly, I'm surprised they're still standing there. Normally they wander around like utter gibbons, don't they? But they're doing all right. Got the odd shot in, but I have way too much firepower for them. They're not liking it till. Failed to take out the ram with the fire. Honestly, You should probably just give up at this point, chaps. A few horse archers at the front here, just taking out what's left of the archers, but the general's getting a little bit close. Not really liking that, chaps. Can you just start to be a bit less silly about all this? Because they are on loose, in fairness, so it's probably going to make things a little bit more awkward. Come on, chaps, just get yourself back here. Stop breaking down the wall. Get out of here. Right, the general's actually coming in at us, which isn't ideal. I would rather be facing him all the way back there. Archers, you'll get a shot in momentarily, though. This could work in my favour if I make it work for me. So you chaps, all get yourselves over there. Lovely stuff. General, you get yourself in, because you're a bigger general than him. And who have I got here? A couple mountain men. Get yourselves around this corner. That'll be perfect. Right. Everyone running. Everyone running. General's coming in. Running? Do you understand how to horse? Come on. Use... For Pete's sake. Okay. Pathfinding in the towns, ladies and gents. What is going on? Okay, at this point, my horse archers are being really, really stupid. Oh, they aren't skirmishers. Well, that unit was. The one who's actually... Yeah, this one's fine. Okay, let's get all the infantry on the general. He's not going to like it. My general's in as well. Try and get beyond him, please. That would potentially help. This isn't really how I plan to do it. I plan to lure him in, but yeah, a mixture of loose formation and skirmish mode has just caused utter chaos here. But if nothing else, we'll chop them down in time. Good chance to see actually mountain men in action. They're not normally quite so on fire, but yeah, they're doing all right. I mean, Steve's dead, but they're doing all right, aren't they? Not doing too badly. Their general's gained himself a bit of shiny, which isn't really the end of the world. We've now blocked off his escape, which means we should be able to finish him off in a few moments. There we are, he's broken. Mountain have done an okay job. They might be spears, but they're not really... I don't think they're actually advantaging against Cav. Come on, there we go. You're taking them out. Yeah, let's just have a quick look at these guys. Yeah, no, indeed. They're just bones and deserts, so we are yet to really take advantage of any of that nonsense. Who is left? Who is left? Some Federati spearmen over there. They're a bit awkward, aren't they? Let's go and get our infantry into this kind of a position. And yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll go set up a trap. I'll get my archers in behind, and it'll be grand. In come the fire arrows, and if you're not aware, by the way, this is actually a traditional Bourbon greeting. It says, come and dance with us, come and dance in the flames, come and dance and die on our streets, because now these are our streets, you good old chappies, yes! So, get these mountain men to charge into the Foederati. Archers are going to get in there, axemen are going to hit them in the side. They don't like this anymore, do they? No, they don't. Archers, come and start shooting them. Thank you very much. These guys are going to start running in. Annoyingly, they seem to pull themselves exactly to where I don't want them. So we'll just have to try and repeat that old trap, shall we? Back in position, chaps. We'll try it a second time. Unfortunately for them, we've got yet more horses. These ones don't use fire arrows. They're the less friendly ones. They're the ones who just come to kill you. But that doesn't mean you get the fire arrows in the back. Woohoo! Guys, I'm sure I just told you to run away. They haven't done the running away, and now they'll be doing the I'm dying running away. Come on, get out of there! Fire arrows in the back, though. That's going to hurt in the morning. And if I'm honest, probably could start to spring the trap on them at this point. But to be honest, once they're in a pretty vulnerable position, we might as well just keep on trapping them from all sorts of different angles. Bit of a cat and mouse game, this. They don't know what to do, where to go, or who to fight. They're just getting shot from all angles. Yeah, it's a bit of a slow affair, this, but it is quite fun all the same, especially once you start teasing them, these guys, from all different angles. They really don't know what to do. Fire arrows in the back of the head. Oof, that's like a painful way to go. Yeah, they're just getting drawn back and forth. This time they're really in trouble. They've now got themselves completely surrounded. Our infantry are going to start coming in very, very soon. These chaps are just going to pull out of there. Do not worry about any of that nonsense. Run yourselves forward. And here come the archers to shoot you from over there as well. This is a great game. Great game of dancing around the plaza. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful sight. No rest or pity. No rest or pity for these chaps. We'll just keep on shooting them down until the very last. This is a fun old game. Any Sardinians in the audience here? Be thankful you're born into this age, I would suggest. Not the one that these chaps are in. Albeit, they look a bit too blonde to be true Sardinians. I'm not sure they are. I mean, they're Federati infantry, so they are just a load of barbs who have signed up for this. Really shouldn't get myself killed at this point because we have literally already won the battle, lads. Obviously, they've run at the one, so I didn't put skirmish mode on. Whatever. I'm committed to them all going down, damn it. My horses truly don't know what they're doing because they just... Several more of them have been killed. But gain some experience though. Gain the experience of being shot down in flames. There we go. Brave cities are a man's strongest tower defence. Indeed. Indeed they are. Right, this one is more of an enslaver, I guess. I guessed wrong. Right, smash that up. Build us a Christian shrine. Back to this old game, are we? Who do I not want to be killed by all this? God, I hate this game. Okay, well, this is probably a good place to leave it here for now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to a slave trade, which is always a great bit of retinue to have. Galloper, marvellous, extra for attacking. We're going to sell Carthage, we're going to sell Carolus. There's a couple of ports that can trade with each other. The over here is a bit too far away, so I guess next time we'll just have to head ourselves a little bit further into the Iberian Peninsula, see what all of that has for us. But for the time being, I'd say this has been a good start. We've gained ourselves some key territories, and I think the Western Empire are a little bit on the run. Our economy exists, and that's the most important thing. I will leave you for now. I'm Thomas, this is Nose the Human, and this has been our brand new Berber campaign, out on Mondays and Wednesdays, by the way. Thank you very much, and goodbye. No! Not again! How did you lose to the archers? Anyone who's already got children, they've just been killed. Filthy pilchards, the lot of you. Oh, Steve! You were the best of all the Steves. Rum pum pa 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 pa.